Whoa.
One.
Whoa.
100 million, as promised.
Mm-hmm. We'll really have to be on the ball this time.
That's for sure.
And no spending it on chocolate robots.
Yeah, I know.
Chocolate robots?
All right. What do we do first?
Come on, that's a no-brainer.
Really?
First up, we need to buy the Sotheby's Auction House catalog. Sotheby's is York New's leading auction house. The catalog is the admission ticket, and it costs 12 million Jenny. Auctions happen over 5 days, from the 6th to the 10th. But we won't know when specific items will go on the auction block without the catalog.
Sounds cool.
Come on, guys. Look this stuff up before you get here.
Welcome to Sotheby's.
We'd like to buy a catalog.
We can help you with that. Right this way, please. And how will you be paying?
Via bank transfer.
The kids paying?
Here is your catalog. Inside are descriptions of the items up for auction this year.
Whoa, it's thick.
There is a card included with your catalog. You'll need to show this to be granted admission. Up to 5 people can get in with it from the 6th to the 10th, but in order for you to take part in an auction, you have to register the card under one name. So whose name would you like to register it under?
Mine! Golden Freaks! Okay, where is it? Let's see. Greed Island. Here it is!
Whoa, that's it all right.
Greed Island. The minimum bid is 8.9 billion. Now we just have to raise the money.
So after paying for the Sotheby's catalog, we have 90 million Jenny left. And that's including the diamond ring.
And don't forget, we still have Leorio's license card.
No way.
Huh?
Huh?
Going, where are you going?
Excuse me, sir. How much is this?
You really want it? Write down your offer on a piece of paper.
Huh?
Let me guess. You're a tourist. This is a silent auction bazaar. You want to buy something? Write down your bid. Whoever's got the highest bid before the time limit wins. You want that knife? Write down what you're willing to pay for it. No one else tops your bid, and it's yours.
Let's see.
That knife. Hey, Leorio, you're good at haggling, aren't you? See if you can get that for us. It could be worth a lot. Just like I thought. This is the real thing.
You gonna tell me what's going on here?
This is a Ben's knife. It belonged to Benny DeLon. He was a serial killer 100 years ago. He created his own set of knives. This is one of them. It's like a collector's item.
But is it worth the 300 Jenny we just paid for it?
Yeah, I'd say it's worth at least 5 million.
Seriously?
You mean you didn't know that? Then why'd you bid on it?
I'm not sure why, but when I first saw it, I had this weird feeling, so I thought I'd try looking at it using Gyo. That's when I saw a slight aura around it.
Gyo?
It's another type of Nen. It's hard to explain, but basically you focus your aura through your eyes. You're right. Why didn't I think of this before?
Huh?
A foolproof method to make us a ton of money. Remember what Wing told us? He said when people are really good at what they do, whatever it is, they often use Nen without even knowing it. So something like this knife emits a faint trace of aura because the guy who made it was an expert at forging knife blades.
I get it. We can go around to all these vendors and use Gyo to find treasures they think aren't worth anything.
And then we turn around and sell them to somebody else for a huge profit. All right, here we go. We'll call our plan Easy Money with Gyo!
Well, I guess it isn't necessary for all three of us to check if there are any new leads. So, I'll head back to the hotel and get on it while you guys go shopping.
Sounds like a plan. We'll hit every market and bazaar in the city.
I'll call if I hear anything.
Good luck!
I'd better see if I can learn that Gyo thing too. Gyo. Gyoza? Man, I'm hungry.
There's one.
All right, found one.
Looks like a weird vase to me, but it has aura, so it must have been made by someone who's talented. Another bid. Kilua told me to raise a bid by 250%. 250% of 500 would be 1750? Yeah, close enough.
At least we got 3 of the 4 items we found with traces of aura. Not bad, I guess.
And we would have gotten that vase if it hadn't been for that Zepile guy.
I know! He's so annoying. He quadrupled my bid on a couple of these things. Thanks to him, we spent more money than we had to. Well, let's take these things to an antique dealer and see how much they're worth.
You're right. These are all quite valuable. Let's take this painting. It's been signed by the artist, who happens to be very famous. This signature alone is worth 150,000.
Whoa!
And this is also an exquisite piece. It's in good condition, and the original box and accessories are intact. This would go for 300,000.
Whoa!
But this sculpture is worthless, I'm afraid.
But how can that be? We both saw aura coming from it.
First, the box isn't the same age as the statue, and second, the carving is rudimentary. The artist didn't even engrave his name. I could give you 1,500 for it.
Man.
The box? That's worth considerably more.
Huh?
The wood it's made from is very rare. Aged wood like this isn't easy to come by anymore. I know someone who'd pay 100,000 for it.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now here's what I'm gonna do for you boys today. If you sell me these other 2 pieces for 420,000, I'll give you 80,000 for the box. What do you say? Trust me, you won't find anyone else who'll give you a deal like that.
We need a minute to talk it over.
No rush, take your time. But while you're doing that, would you mind if I took a closer look at it?
Go ahead.
So what do you think?
Stop right there! Put that statue down! Don't let him fool you, boys. He was telling the truth about the value of the art and the doll, but he's lying about the statue.
I don't know who you are, but I never lied to these kids.
Oh, yeah? That box ain't worth 80,000. You're just trying to get your hands on what's inside the statue.
Something's inside?
Yeah, it's what's known as a wooden vault. It's a type of safe people used a few hundred years ago. If you know what you're looking for, you can see where it opens, but you're in luck. It looks like this one's never been opened. If it's the real deal, it'll be filled with riches. This guy was gonna take what's inside while he was pretending to examine it.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
Thanks a lot. Who are you anyway? Zepile?
Yep.
First you drive up the prices of everything we were bidding on at the silent auction, and now you expect us to give you 20% of our profits from the wooden vault?
Aw, don't be like that. Consider it a consulting fee. I think I earned it.
That doesn't sound so bad. Without his help, that antique dealer would have ripped us off.
Don't be such a pushover, Gon. You know we need a lot of money, so we can't start giving it away. The most we're gonna do is pick up the bill for this guy's lunch.
Yeah, that's cool too. But let me just ask you this one question. How'd you appraise those 3 pieces?
Appraise? We didn't.
Huh? Seriously? You didn't know what that stuff is worth? Then how did you decide what you want to buy? Is it just random? I mean, of all the stuff for sale, why did you pick those 3 things?
Should we tell him the truth?
I don't see any harm in it.
I knew it had to be something. That explains why you chose the wooden vault without knowing what was inside, and why you passed up the chance to bid on those other valuable items.
Huh? There were others?
Yeah, brand name goods, classic trading cards, mass-produced collectibles, you know, stuff that wasn't handmade.
Oh, okay.
So, I gotta know, why do you guys want to make a lot of money? Huh?
I thought you were only gonna ask us one question.
Yeah, whatever, just tell me.
Okay, let's make a deal that we take turns asking each other questions.
Yeah, all right.
We want to bid on a certain item that's up for auction here. That's why we need the money.
Really? What's the item?
It's our turn to ask a question. If we sell what's inside that vault, how much do you think we could get for it?
That all depends on what's inside, but probably at least 100 million Jenny.
100 million?
Now tell me what you want to bid on.
A video game called Greed Island.
Ugh, that way overpriced game?
What about that weird vase of yours? How much are you hoping to get for that?
This? This is junk. It's totally worthless. Huh? Now, how come you want to buy an expensive game like that? There must be a reason.
You're right, there is a reason. I'm looking for my dad. I think he left clues on how to find him in the game.
What kind of
Hey,
clues?
it's our turn now. Why would you buy a totally worthless vase?
Huh?
I mean, why not go for the wooden vault if you knew how much it was worth? You knew we wanted the same things you did. Most people would go for the thing that's worth the most. But you picked a piece of junk over the vault and even over the doll. So tell us why.
To tell you the truth, I made this vase.
Huh?
I made it, but it's not my own work. It's a counterfeit, a knockoff, a forgery. I used to make these and sell them in the markets. I was dirt poor at the time, and it was the one way I could make a little money. But I quit once I made a decent living buying and selling antiques. This here is one of the first pieces I ever made. I guess I wasn't cut out to be an artist, because when I look at them now, I can see how poorly made they are. That's why whenever I see one up for sale, I try to buy it back.
I get it. Then how much would the real thing be worth?
It's my turn. Okay, tell me, kid. What does your father do for a living?
He's a professional hunter.
Oh, really? I know a few hunters in the antiques trade.
How much would the real thing be worth?
It could bring in about 40 to 50,000. So your dad's a professional hunter. He must travel all over the world. It's gonna be impossible for a couple kids like you to track him down.
No, it won't.
Huh?
Because I'm a professional hunter too. Now, it's your turn to ask us something.
Oh, right. This'll be my last question. Can I be of any assistance to you?
Huh?
If you want to make decent money at the auctions, you've got to work with an experienced appraiser. With my help, your chances are a lot better than if you do it yourselves. Pay me whatever you think's fair. Sound good?
Before we decide that, can I ask you one last question? What made you decide that you want to help us all of a sudden?
It's simple. An appraiser could always use extra clients. Who am I kidding? The truth is, I was kind of flattered. It felt nice knowing that someone was bidding on my work, even if it was junk.
No, it isn't junk. That vase is filled with your Nen, an aura-based power. Anyone can produce an aura, but it's really hard to control it. Surrounding things with aura is called Ten. You made it without even knowing how to use Nen, and that shows how talented you are. So it's not a piece of junk, not even close.
If you've been in this business as long as I have, you become a pretty good judge of character. I guess you could say I appraise people too. When I'm conducting business, I rely on my gut. And right now, my gut is telling me that I should work with you. And that's my answer. Now, what's your answer?
You've got a deal.
We'll decide your fee after we see what you can do.
Whoa! Check out the aura.
Yeah, they're authentic, and they're worth a fortune. This would bring at least 300 million.
Whoa! The next thing we have to do is take this stuff to the auction and sell it.
You better not.
Huh?
You'd be wasting your entry fee. Dealers' markets are cash only. Entering something this valuable at the last minute won't get you the highest bid, so let's take it to an auction review.
An auction review?
It's a place where items that miss the catalog deadline are showcased. It gives dealers a chance to appraise the goods. But nothing's simple in this business. A beauty like this could end up undervalued. Who knows what tricks they might pull?
A genuine wooden vault.
The glue used to seal the vault certainly looks vintage.
Yeah, and I don't see any signs of tampering.
Well, so far so good.
Nope. Our troubles are about to begin.
I bet this collection's worth a fortune.
I don't know. Just because that wooden vault appears genuine doesn't mean that the treasure inside's worth anything.
Here we go.
Wooden vaults have fooled appraisers before. The wood might be 300 years old, but it could have been carved more recently than that. And even if the jewels are real, how do we know they're the same age as the vault? You really gotta do your homework if you want to buy an item like this.
Hey, what's that guy trying to do anyway?
He's casting doubt on its authenticity. If people get suspicious enough, it'll drive down the price.
It's possible that both the vault and the contents are fake. And maybe the vault is genuine, but the contents could have been replaced. That tactic is known as a transplant.
That makes sense.
Don't start taking his side. Shouldn't we put a stop to this?
This is what the review is all about. I mean, it's not exactly the most honorable thing. Everyone just wants to get the best deal. But it wouldn't hurt to put this guy in his place.
And even if the wood is from the same era as the jewelry, that doesn't prove the authenticity of the vault.
Hold on a minute. That's not the case with this vault, and I'll explain why. The glue used to seal it is clearly old. Just look how much it's oxidized.
And who are you?
I'm an appraiser working for the owners of that item. I can vouch for its authenticity, and there's no evidence suggesting it's been resealed.
Oh, really? Not too many people know this, but the glue used back then melts when it's heated. Forgers melt the glue and reuse it, which makes the seal look like it's never been opened. It's a process known as cauterization.
This guy really knows his stuff.
Because so few people are aware of this technique, it's a good way to fool even the most savvy of appraisers. If it's done properly, there's no way to tell whether or not it's been opened before, just by looking at it.
That's not entirely true. Cauterization would have left scorch marks along the seam. At the very least, you'd be able to see that the glue had been slightly discolored from the heat. But take a look and you won't see any of that. It's the real deal and you know it.
Yeah, you'd think this slight discoloration is something you could see with your naked eye. But even professional appraisers don't know what they're looking at sometimes.
Whoa. Seriously, whose side are you on anyway?
Do you have an official certificate of authenticity?
No.
You expect us to take you at your word that it's the genuine article?
Why didn't you get it authenticated?
Because getting something certified takes too long. We just didn't have enough time to get it done for this year's auction, that's all.
Well, in that case.
So there's no way we can be sure it's authentic.
This is no good. They're hesitating.
Hey, excuse me? What other scams are there besides cauterization?
What?
Gone. What are you talking to him for? Don't you know he's the one who's been trying to sabotage us?
I don't care about that. I want to learn how to tell what's real and what's fake.
Huh?
Hey, kid. You the one who owns this wooden vault?
Yeah. So tell me, what are some of the other tricks?
One's called autopsy.
How does it work?
Well, it's pretty simple. You display an open, genuine wooden vault, but the treasures you put up for auction along with it are cheap knockoffs of the originals. People might not think they're fake because you have them out there nicely on display. It's kind of like bluffing.
Oh, so the way we did it could be mistaken for an autopsy.
Yeah, I guess.
What else? What are some others?
There's double seal, and
This kid.
where you reseal.
I couldn't figure out why I found him so intriguing. But I have an idea now. He isn't concerned with whether something's good or bad. He didn't judge me when I confessed that I made forgeries, or when these dealers started criticizing the item he brought. He's not looking to place blame on anyone. He's just curious about everything. If something impresses him, he's open to it, whether it's good or bad. But there's a fine line there, and he's in danger of crossing it. For him, there's no point in appraising anything because he'd rather rely on his intuition.
All right. What else?
Come on, kid, that's enough for now, isn't it?
What do you think? Are we going to be able to sell it or not?
We won't know till the auction starts. But some of the brokers there today showed some real interest. If their curiosity peaks when the bidding starts tomorrow, the prices could go up fast.
Whatever happens, I learned a lot.
Tell me about it. It's like you've totally forgotten what we're trying to do here.
Which reminds me, there's another forgery trick that bald guy didn't tell you about.
There is?
Mm-hmm. Even the most experienced appraisers who know how to spot the cauterization trick have been fooled by this. Can you guess how it's done?
Were the vaults left sealed at the auction review?
Yeah, and everyone was so convinced these vaults had never been opened or cauterized that when the bidding started, people were willing to pay just about anything. And they were right, too. The seals had never been broken.
But if the seals weren't broken and they were never opened, how is it done?
Oh, I know. The treasure inside must have been fake all along.
You're wrong.
I got it! They removed the original treasure by making another hole.
Exactly. They made another hole away from the seal, replaced the jewelry inside with fakes, then patched up the hole. This method is known as ostomy. Even a kid could figure it out, but a lot of veteran appraisers have been fooled. Ironically, all their years of experience actually worked against them. They assumed that since the glue showed no signs of discoloration, the contents had to be authentic. That's what did them in. You never know what tricks they'll come up with next. Appraisers have to stay one step ahead. That's why we get suspicious when specimens look too perfect. Even a little bit of doubt can get blown way out of proportion. The human mind is a funny thing. It can be made to believe a lot of things. The trick I just told you about proves that.
Well, Zepile, I'm impressed.
Gon, we've got a hit. There's no mistake. We even have visual confirmation. 2 targets. A guy and a girl.
Hey! Where are you going? What about the auction?
We trust you.
Just get us the best price.
All right. Leave it to me! Those guys are something else. I got a feeling that if I keep hanging around them, something amazing is bound to happen.
The spiders are on the move. They're whispering to each other. Are they on a date? Next time on Hunter x Hunter. Gon, Killua, deadly chase. Ow, Killua. What was that for?
They made a hole away from the seal, replaced the jewelry inside with fakes, then patched up the hole. This method is known as ostomy.
Well, Zepile, I'm impressed.
Gon, we got a hit. There's no mistake. We even have visual confirmation. 2 targets. A guy and a girl.
Hey! Where are you going? What about the auction?
We trust you.
Just get us the best price.
All right. Leave it to me!
Mommy, hi, Mommy.
All right, I'm ready to play.
Sure, I'll start.
Okay.
1.
Let's see. 2.
Okay, 3.
I don't know about that.
Oh, do you doubt me? I'll go again. 4.
All right then. 5.
Miss Neon, is that really a 5?
Yeah, of course it is.
Okay, 6. 7.
Well then, I go 8. Come on, hurry up. Go.
9.
Doubt. Yay, I win again. Let's take a break instead. I'm kind of thirsty. Could you go get me some juice?
Ancestors for bringing me to this place.
So, do you really think that guy could have killed Uvo?
Anything's possible. The reason we were sent here is to find out what happened to him.
Most people think he's a bloodthirsty monster, but there's more to him than that.
You don't have to tell me. I know.
Even if his opponent could put up a good fight, he still has enough brains and skill to come out on top.
Yeah, I know.
Hello?
Hi, I'm the one who posted the ad online.
You're late. Where are you?
Not far from you. In fact, I can see you from where I am. They're at the table next to you, right? We're wiring the money now. You'll have it in a second. Whoa! There it is! Whoa, it's a lot!
Keep it down. Let's get out of here.
Okay, all we know is Uvo hasn't come back yet. Maybe he's just late. I mean, he has been late for a meeting before, hasn't he?
Never. Remember what he said before he took off? He said he wouldn't come back until he had settled the score with the chain handler. You were there, you heard him.
Well, you just heard me say anything's possible, right? I didn't say he's dead for certain.
But that's your hunch.
Uh-huh.
And your hunches are always right on the money. I'm gonna have to track that chain guy down and kill him, without fail.
So the billion Jenny question is, now that we know where they are, how are we gonna nab them?
We don't stand a chance.
Hmm?
We can't bring them in. They're way out of our league.
How can you say that before we even try?
Keep it down. They'll see us.
Oh, what do you think, Gon?
I think it's too dangerous.
Oh, man.
I really thought I could catch these guys, but I guess I was being too optimistic.
Me too. My dad warned me about the Phantom Troop 3 years ago, so I thought by now I could take them on, but...
Oh, they're really that good?
Well, imagine that there were 2 Hisokas sitting at that table. What do you think our chances would be?
Forget it, then. Just thinking about that sends a chill down my spine.
Not only that, this is a pretty popular area. Why would 2 wanted criminals hang out in the open like this?
There can only be one explanation. They are on a date.
They are? No! That may be what they want everyone to think, but they knew that the couple sitting behind them were informants.
Really?
They're paying more attention to their surroundings than anyone else here. They'll sense us if we get any closer than we already are. And don't even think about looking directly at them. At first, I thought they were just being extra cautious because they know that the Mafia has been looking for them, but that doesn't explain why they'd risk going out in public in the first place.
It's a trap.
Yeah, they're acting like they don't even know people are hunting them down. It kind of makes sense why they're called spiders. What they do is wait for their prey to get caught in their web, and that's when they'll strike.
We're being watched.
And I have a feeling they're not amateurs.
Right. But I'm not sure where they are.
Think it's the chain dude?
Can't tell. But if it is him, I'll follow Krollo's orders and take whatever steps necessary.
I wonder if Krollo has taken an interest in acquiring that guy's ability.
Machi, all Krollo said was for us to team up to lure out the chain user and bring him in. You're not forgetting what's implied in his orders, are you?
Dead or alive by any means necessary.
That's right, dead or alive. He left the decision in our hands. I don't care how you interpret that. Just stop telling me what to think.
I was only making an assumption. You're the one with the agenda around here, not me.
The mood's completely changed.
There's so much tension. It's scary.
What? Did they see us?
They haven't spotted us yet, so just stay calm.
You sure? Because I'm not like you guys, remember? I can't use Zetsu or whatever you call it to hide my aura.
This wouldn't be a good place to use it anyway. We'd be too conspicuous. But as it is, those 2 aren't paying attention to anyone's aura. Instead, they're observing everyone, looking for any facial expression, eye movement, or behavior that's out of place. And right now, you guys are sticking out like a couple of sore thumbs. So just relax. And try to act natural.
How's this?
Oh yeah, acting natural.
Forget it.
Let's decide right here and now. Are we going to bring in this chain user dead or alive? Flip the coin.
Yeah, sure.
Heads.
Tails.
Given the circumstances, you took the appropriate action. You made my daughter's safety your top priority. I appreciate that. Now I'd like to discuss our next move. First of all, I'll be sending my daughter back home. You don't mind, do you, Neon?
I don't really have a choice, do I? Everything was stolen, the auction's cancelled, there's no point being here. Oh, this totally sucks.
There'll be another auction next year, so don't be sad. I'll do everything I can to make sure those thieves give back all the things you wanted to buy. I promise.
Really?
Have I ever broken a promise before?
You've broken more than you've kept.
You got me. You're Basho and Melody, correct? I'd like the two of you to escort Neon back to the mansion at once. Since you were seen when that vicious monster was captured, you'll no longer be completely safe. But you're in a better position than your colleagues because at least your photos aren't posted on the Hunter website. As a precaution, I'd like both of you to put on some kind of disguise, okay? Neon, honey, think you could pack your things and get ready to go?
Okay. I call doubt.
Now then, let's get down to business. The underground auction reopens tonight. The community doesn't really care who's behind all this nonsense. Their position is that they won't let themselves be made fools of, and I happen to agree with them. The 10 Dons have sworn an oath to reacquire the stolen goods by any means necessary.
Excuse me, sir, but when we questioned the Phantom Troop member, he told us they didn't steal the auction goods because the Shadow Beasts had already taken them to another location.
The Shadow Beasts have been annihilated. 9 bodies have been found so far. The 10th, a man called Owl, was in charge of transporting the goods. It seems likely that he's been captured by the Phantom Troop. The 10 Dons are well aware of the powers of Nen. Owl wouldn't even need to be tortured if one of the spiders has the ability to extract information. At this point, the community believes that the items from the auction have fallen into the hands of the Phantom Troop. And because the Shadow Beasts are now gone, professionals have been hired to deal with the Phantom Troop.
Professionals?
The Mafia uses murder to intimidate enemies, but it's not our area of expertise. When we're faced with a difficult situation like this, it's best if we leave it up to the professionals. I've been told the 10 Dons have given the contract to the finest assassins money can buy. So we're free to stand back and let them dispose of the Phantom Troop. But this is a chance for our family to provide a service to the community. We can't stand by and let the professionals get all the credit, now can we? So I have an idea, Kurapika. I want you to join the assassins. You're the only one of us who's capable of killing a spider. Will you do it?
They're on the move, so what are we gonna do? And remember, if we fight these guys, we're gonna lose.
Well, we're not just gonna sit here and let them walk away, are we?
Right. We've come this far. We're not gonna turn back now.
Okay, you both are gonna have to listen and do exactly what I say. Gon, you and me are gonna follow them. We've gotta stay hidden from here on out. We'll use Zetsu.
Whoa, how'd he do that? He just kind of faded out right in front of me. It's like he's transparent or something.
Gon, I want you to promise me 2 things. If they manage to spot either one of us, we stop right away and back off. And if I decide we should stop tracking them, we abort with no questions asked. Understand? We'll communicate using our cell phones. I'll ring once for abort, so only answer the phone if I let it ring a second time, and put it on vibrate so they won't hear it. If they happen to split up for any reason, we'll stick with the woman. Leorio, get in touch with Zepile and make sure everything's on track at the auction.
You got it. Looks like I won't get to be a part of the action this time around. Good luck, and be careful, guys. Staying alive is what matters most.
Hey Gon, you don't happen to have any tracking experience, do you?
Not really, but I did track Hisoka during the Hunter exam.
For real? And you weren't spotted?
and I was shadowing him for a whole day.
Whoa, that's pretty good.
Hisoka even complimented me. He said what I did was masterful.
Then maybe we should start bowing down and calling you master.
If you say so. Ow! How come you hit me?
No reason. I just had to. Alright, I guess you're qualified then. The most important thing is that our targets never realize they're being followed. Okay, let's go.
Alright, you guys. I'll be waiting. Good luck to both of you.
They're leaving the plaza and are heading into a narrow street.
Roger that.
Do you think they're onto us?
No, we're fine. As long as we're using Zetsu, they won't spot us.
But they're expecting to be followed, so be careful.
Don't worry, I will.
He sure is being casual about this. Maybe he doesn't realize that the second they discover they're being followed, it's all over for us. I'm practically tearing my hair out looking for any little change in their behavior. But we're okay so far. If they thought they were being followed, their body language would have betrayed them by now. No matter how good they are, there are some things they just can't hide. It could be a slight hesitation, or some awkwardness in the way they walk. It would be almost imperceptible, lasting only a split second. It's something that most people couldn't even detect. But I've been playing these life or death shadow games since I was 3 years old. I would know it if their heart skipped a beat, and I would never be stupid enough to miss it.
Think we're being followed?
Oh, I don't know. Probably. If we are, they must have perfect Zetsu, because I haven't detected them yet.
In that case, they must be well trained.
Uh-oh. They're heading into the deserted part of the city. Maybe they've figured out they're being followed. Is this a trap? No, it couldn't be. They still don't know we're here. It's possible their hideout would be in this area. Maybe they're just heading back. If they are, then we're in business. So which one is it? A trap or their hideout? If it's a trap, we bail immediately. If it's their hideout, then we keep following them. I haven't noticed anything unnatural in their behavior so far. We keep going.
Whoever it is, they're not taking the bait.
Then it's probably not the chain user.
Why's that?
Because there's more than one of them, and I'm fairly certain the chain user works on his own.
What makes you say that?
Well, he was hired by the Nostrad family, wasn't he? Although, when he confronted Uvo, he was probably acting alone, because otherwise the whole Mafia would have made a move against us. If the Mafia had been involved, they would have used Uvo to set an example. They would have executed him and then dragged his body all over town for the capos to spit on. And since nothing like that happened, I think the chain dude went rogue and killed Uvo on his own without even reporting it to his employer. So ask yourself, why would somebody who works for the Mafia and has their support decide to act alone? Must be a personal vendetta.
You seem to be grasping at straws here, Nobunaga.
Oh, shut up. It seems reasonable to me that someone who's out for revenge wouldn't be working with a partner or under the authority of the Mafia community. And that's why I believe that the chain user's on his own, which means that whoever's following us isn't connected to him.
Nice theory. Too bad you don't have enough facts to back it up.
All right, then why don't you tell me what you think?
Well, I've got another hunch. I think whoever's following us is related to the chain dude in some way.
You and your hunches.
What's the problem?
I've had it with you. You give me a lecture about the holes in my theory, but you expect me to rely on your hunches.
What do you think, Killua?
They're either waiting for someone, or they're trying to draw us out.
Draw us out? Do you think they've discovered that we're following them?
There's a 50-50 chance, but even if they are onto us, they still don't know where we are. They're trying to wait us out, acting as though nothing's wrong, hoping that we'll give away our position.
So now what?
For now, let's just sit tight. Who knows? Maybe they are just waiting for somebody.
Gon, I'm gonna hang up, so listen carefully.
If either of us sees anything suspicious, we don't even question it. We just get out of here. In fact, the next time you hear your phone ring, don't even answer it. Just run.
Nobunaga here.
Hey, it's me.
Yeah, what do you want?
I'm just calling to see how you guys are doing.
Well, we're being followed, but whoever it is doesn't seem to be in much of a rush. So far, we haven't been able to figure out where they are, so it could be a while yet.
I hate it when that happens. Sounds like you could use a little good news.
Huh? Good news. What's going on?
Damn, this guy's good.
Hey, Finks. I certainly didn't expect to see you here. I thought you were helping Chrollo take care of that other thing.
This is the 4th floor.
Like they say, deceive your allies to deceive your enemies. We wanted you to behave as though you knew nothing, which of course you didn't. It was all Chrollo's idea.
Oh, man. That Chrollo, he gets me every time. I should have known, because for a time there I sensed too many Zetsu masters lurking around.
They got us. We were so busy trying not to be discovered, we never realized they were tracking us.
So, kiddo, I have a couple of questions I'd like to ask you.
Well, well, well. Here we have the shadow of the chain user, trapped with nowhere to go.
We're caught in their web. How are we going to break free? Next time on Hunter x Hunter. Nest of spiders, captive, killing technique. Slash it, burn it, turn it to pulp.
I recognize him.
So, little boy, you know who the chain dude is, don't you?
What?
The Nen user who's able to conjure a chain. We've been looking around for him. I think you're working together, and you've been following us because he asked you to.
I don't know who he is, but it doesn't matter, because we have our own reasons for following you. I just need a split-second opening to get away.
What do you think?
I don't know. If he's playing dumb, then he's awfully good at it. I'd better make sure.
First question, why were you following us?
And keep your answers short.
I guess a half-baked lie isn't gonna work. The Mafia put a huge bounty on your heads. A bunch of websites are offering a reward just for your whereabouts.
Second question, who taught you how to shadow?
We weren't exactly shadowing you. We were just using a technique called Zetsu. It's a way to shut off your aura. I'm training to become a professional hunter.
Who taught you?
An assistant master of Shingen Ryu.
Third question, do you know of a Nen user whose weapon is a chain?
A chain?
He's either a conjurer or a manipulator.
So maybe you could tell us more about your master. Does he wear a chain around his right hand?
I never saw one, but I do know for a fact that he's an enhancer, and all he ever taught me were the 4 basic exercises.
All right, you can't tell us what you don't know. I just have one last question. You get 2 choices, so think carefully before you answer. Would you rather die now or later? It's your choice. You have 3 seconds to answer.
It's no use. Don't even bother trying.
Okay, I understand. We'll be right there. Well, little boy, your friend surrendered without putting up a fight.
They're letting us walk right in without even blindfolding us?
Welcome to our hideout.
Better play dumb.
So, Hisoka is a spider after all. Well, he's taken a liking to Gon, so there's a chance he might help us. But I won't let on that I know him. Ah! Idiot!
Oops.
What is it? Is there someone here you recognize?
Well, no, not really.
Yeah, there is. We've seen that girl before.
Is this true, Shizuku? Do you know them?
I've never seen him.
Oh, I remember. Kid who arm wrestle.
Huh? What are you talking about?
You arm wrestled him a couple of days ago. You lost.
Don't bother. Shizuku has no memory of things she forget.
That's not true. I may not be the strongest here, but I wouldn't lose to a kid.
Well, you were using your right hand.
Huh? Really? But I'm left-handed.
Ah, never mind. I must be thinking of something else.
Yeah, obviously.
Wow. Did you really beat Shizuku in an arm wrestling match?
Mm-hmm.
But we had no idea she was a member of the Phantom Troop.
All right. I'm gonna take you on. One more time. Are you ready? Go. Again. Ready? Go. Hey, Franklin, in terms of arm wrestling, where would you say I rank within the Phantom Troop?
Probably around 7th or 8th.
You're not weak, but you're not the strongest either.
Yeah, well, the strongest arm wrestler among us was a guy called Uvogan, but it appears as though he was killed by the chain dude.
How many times do we have to tell you we don't know who he is?
Listen, kid, the next time you speak without permission, I'm gonna hurt you. One more time. Uvo was your typical enhancer, not very complicated. You could read him like an open book. But he was a real stickler about time. He used to slap Franklin and me around whenever we were late. I could never beat him in a fistfight. We've known each other since before the Phantom Troop was started. I'm closer to him than anyone here. He never would've... He never, ever would've lost a fair fight. That chain handler must have ambushed him or something. I won't let him get away with it. I'll find him no matter how many people I have to kill. This chain user obviously has a big grudge against us. All we really know is that he was recently hired by the Nostrad family.
A grudge against the Phantom Troop. Recently hired? No, it can't be.
You might not know him personally, but maybe you've got some info on him. Think about it real hard. Don't hold back. Tell us everything that you know, right now.
I don't know anything, and even if I did, I'd never tell you!
Huh?
I thought you guys were heartless and had no feelings, but apparently you could shed tears for your friends! So then I gotta ask you a question. How come you didn't have any of this compassion? Even just a little bit of it, for all those countless people you hurt and killed!
Kid, you too cocky.
Gon!
If you move, you die.
Answer question. You know Chain Dude or not?
Like I just said, even if I did know him, I'd never tell you guys.
Feitan. Don't do it.
Don't do what?
The thing you were just about to do.
You know what I do?
You were going to break his arm, right?
First his fingers. I ripped nail off.
I don't care what it was, just don't do it.
Why you give me order? I no need to obey.
Take it easy, Nobunaga.
Remember the rules? They apply to you too.
No fighting other members of the gang.
Yeah, I know that. We settle our disputes with the coin.
Tail.
Heads. Heads it is.
Let him go, Feitan.
So what do you think we should do with them? They haven't given us any useful information on the chain user.
If they know nothing, we might as well let them go. What do you think, Bakanoda?
I checked them thoroughly on the way over here, and as far as I can tell, neither one of them knows anything.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they have no memory of the Chain Dude.
Well, Machi, I guess your hunch was wrong for once.
That's odd. But if Pakunoda says so, then I guess that's how it is.
Gon, did anything happen to you before the ride over here?
No, not really. They just asked me a few questions, that's all.
Same here. Somehow she must have analyzed me and Gon without us even knowing it. But what kind of technique does she use? Whatever it is, she must be really good at it because the rest of these guys seem to trust her judgment completely. What did she do to us anyway?
They have no memory of the Chain Dude.
Memory? Memory, that's it! But how could she be so sure?
What about you? Do you have any information on the Nen user who walks around with a chain?
She has the ability to read memories, just by touching a person. That's it! And that means we're in trouble. We didn't know who she was asking about then. But now I figured it out. If she checks me again, we're doomed.
All right, we'll let them go since they're not related to the chain user.
Yeah, no point in keeping them around.
Wait, we can't be sure. Someone must be pulling the strings behind the scenes. We shouldn't release them until after we figure out who they get their orders from.
But even if they are working for someone, it's not the chain user. Actually, I think that guy works alone anyway.
So you and Nobunaga are on the same page then?
Well, he can get all the information he wants through the Nostrad family.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Our objective is to find the chain user, so let's not concern ourselves with anyone else.
Hear that? Good for you. You can go home to Mommy now.
No, they aren't going anywhere. Hey kid, why don't you join us?
No way!
We could be partners.
You've gotta be kidding me. I'd rather die than be your partner.
Careful, kid. You'll hurt my feelings. You're an enhancer, aren't you?
So what if I am?
I just had a feeling you might be. Hey, you guys can take off. I'll keep them here until Chrollo gets back. I'm going to recommend him for membership.
You're joking.
Chrollo never go for it.
Do whatever you want. But it's not going to be our problem if they manage to escape.
Yeah, you can babysit them by yourself.
I wonder why the Mafia stopped chasing us.
Yeah, I don't get it. We should have seen them by now, although we have been moving around quite a bit.
2 kids. Is that all we have to show for a day's work?
Who knows, maybe the Mafia gave up.
No, they wouldn't give up that easily. They're probably just preparing the next phase of their operation.
We wanted to get information out of the Mafia by using the chain user as bait, but since we can't find him, we'll have to change our plans too.
All right, in that case, I suggest we start going after them. I've printed off a list from the Hunter website which has photos of the Nostrad family employees that we should all take a good look at. Especially important are the 5 people on the first page. Apparently they've been working as bodyguards for the boss's daughter.
His daughter?
These are the guys who kidnapped Uvo, although he did say none of them were the chain user. Hisoka!
No thanks.
What?
Well, you just said the chain user's not on the list. So why would I need photos of 5 people I'm not looking for?
Yeah, but you never know.
Forget it, okay?
Huh?
If he says he doesn't want it, then don't bother.
She's right. And by the way, you should cross out a few of these guys. We already killed them.
I'm just saying that since we don't know the identity of the chain user, we have to find someone who does. Let's work together in pairs and do whatever's necessary to find at least one person on this list. We'll meet back here at 10 o'clock tonight, okay?
Hang on. Nobunaga's staying here to babysit, so who am I with?
Well, that leaves 10 of us, so partner up with the odd man out.
Odd man out?
This really hurts.
Hey, Hisoka. You know who this arm wrestling kid is, don't you? So if you do, why do you act like you don't?
That was stupid of me. If I had made any sort of move, Hisoka would have killed me in a second. So I just stood there, doing nothing. His aura had paralyzed me. If they were going to kill Gon, could I have stopped them? Would I risk my life to save him?
You can't. It's impossible.
No.
All that matters is, can you kill your opponent?
No.
If you know you can't,
no,
then don't try. That's your answer.
No.
Never fight a superior enemy, even if it costs you a friend.
Stop it!
Ooh, you're scaring me. Too bad looks can't kill, huh, kid? I'm warning you. Step any closer, and you're dead.
Killua!
Really? You think the kid's like Uvo?
Yeah, both of them don't hold back their feelings, and when they're mad, they get so single-minded.
Huh.
There's something else they have in common. Their powers are maximized when used for the sake of other people. Uvo liked to fight one-on-one, but he was strongest when he and Nobunaga went up against a crowd.
He was?
Yeah, Uvo never would have admitted it, but he always worked better when he had someone to look out for.
So, working with someone weaker made him work harder?
Well, that would be one way of looking at it. You don't mince words, do you? But you know, Nobunaga was better at fighting one-on-one. It was his specialty. So when he had to fight alongside Uvo, eventually they'd end up at each other's throats. But that's not to say they were unhappy about it.
It's impossible. We can't take this guy head on. We'll have to think of another way to get out of here.
There's only one exit, and only one small window just to let some light in. How are we going to get him away from the door? It's dark. We've been here all day. It'll be even harder to escape now. I wonder how things are going with Leorio. I hope he was able to find Zepile and everything went okay at the auction. Hey, Kilua, are you going to be all right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah! Do you remember the last trick that Zepile told us about? Not autopsy or cauterization. It was something else.
I don't remember.
Osmosis? No, that wasn't it. Okay, let's see. Autopsy is when you have a genuine vault but fake treasure. Cauterization was the one where you melt the old glue and...
Gon, I'm gonna buy you some time. While I distract him, you make a run for it.
What are you talking about?
Don't even bother. I know you're good enough to recognize the difference in our abilities. You won't catch me off guard.
That's obvious. I know that. He's got the only exit covered and has a clear view of the room. We can't talk or move without him noticing. He's completely focused. He's probably a master of Iaido, the art of drawing the blade, striking and resheathing in a single motion. It happens so fast. As soon as I move into the reach of his blade, I'm dead for sure. But that's what gives it meaning.
You can't do it, can you?
That's it. Shut up! I won't know till I try.
Hang on, what are you gonna do?
I'll stop his first strike, even if it kills me, and that should give you enough time to get out of here.
Ah! What the hell was that for? Stop thinking only about yourself.
Huh?
You shouldn't talk about dying like it's no big deal.
Are you serious? You were talking like that earlier today when you said you'd rather die than become one of the spiders.
Oh yeah, so what? I can talk like that, but you can't.
Huh? Listen, you idiot, in case you haven't noticed, this is a life and death situation, so don't start telling me what I should and shouldn't do.
That's right, I'm the idiot, and you know everything.
You're wasting your time if you expect an enhancer to listen to reason. You guys crack me up. Don't worry, I won't try anything, just sit tight. You don't have to prove anything. I know you're serious. We'll sort this all out when Crollo returns. Then if he doesn't think you're spider material, we'll let you go. But if you try to escape, I'll cut you open. So don't make me draw my sword. Or else you'll be killed.
I remember now! The 3 tricks we learned about are cauterization, autopsy, and ostomy! You know, you're the one who figured out how it was done, remember?
Ostomy.
Mm-hmm. Huh? Remember now?
Yeah! Great idea! Why didn't we think of that sooner?
Yeah! I can't believe it took us so long to come up with something so simple!
Now that we've got ourselves a plan,
let's go!
You'll only get yourselves killed, because when I'm in a fight, I don't show mercy or hold back. You fools! They're smashing through the wall!
When the exit's blocked,
open another hole!
Come on, Killua! Let's knock that knot off his head! Next time on Hunter x Hunter. Kurapika, Assassination Team, Zoldyck! Hey, Nobunaga! Better get your Nen checked.